I get really jumbled up about this, and I definitely want to do this take correctly because I know plenty of times that a lot of men or fathers who wish to be in their little girl's life but cannot be in their little daughter's life the way they want to be. And for whatever reasons that they may happen, it happens. As much things that go on between me and Melissa, I fight hard to be in my children's life because I want to make sure I teach my daughters how to be able to get around and navigate throughout all the stuff that's going to happen to them in life. One of my daughters had a boy who was putting his hands on her. I talked to her. She had her head down. And I said, baby, hold your head up. You have nothing to be ashamed of. And I started to teach her how to defend herself. Then I went to the school. I talked to the principal. I talked to the guidance counselor. And I made them aware. You see, it's my job as a man, as a role model, as a father in her life to teach her how to have self-esteem, self-discipline, and knowledge on how to get through these type of situations. Now, I took care of the best way I can, and I told the school to stay in touch with me because that is something I want to be, on ground with. I want to know what's going on. And honestly, I want a lot of people, especially a lot of you men, y'all need to be on ground level with talking with your daughters, talking with your nieces, even if you're not the father, but that young girl looks up to you. You need to talk to her and actually help tell her and put her on the knowledge of what's going on around her. How's it going to affect her? How society is going to perceive her and how they're going to take to her. This is something that we do not look at, people. We're not. It's on now. It's on there, brother. I can put out the video. Well, some of them are not present like a good percent. Never mind to you. Okay. I understand that we're talking about the sons for another time. But right now, I want to do a talk with the girls because if we honestly want to be for real, let's look at the root of the thing. If we raise our daughters or get our daughters and our nieces in the proper perspective of where they need to do, there wouldn't be as many single mothers out there. There would be more better life choices of the percentage of men that they choose to actually be around. Because if you raise a daughter and you raise the bar of standards of how you are as a man, and you say, hey, baby, I got you this kind of car with hard work, determination. This is why a lot of girls, when you try to come up to them and they lived a certain type of lifestyle that their father or the men in their life put them around, and you come up to them, you say, hey, what's good? Like, can I? If you can't afford this or buy this, then you're not worth me dealing with. And some of y'all may say, well, dang, that's kind of jacked up. But see, that father set that type of lifestyle of a bar for that young man to say, hey, if you're going to come at my baby, you got to meet this type of criteria. My daughters already know that they're pretty because I tell them that every day. Some may say, well, you're raising your daughters to be conceited, but I put promise in them. I put pride in who they are as individuals. I make them feel like they are somebody. If you go talk to a lot of young girls when they were young, they said, I felt inadequate. I didn't feel like I measured up. But see, when you have that man who speaks that type of lifestyle and that type of life into them, starts to balance it out. They feel that type of reassurance. When I see my daughters practice karate, when I see them playing video games like me or watching anime, or they, They cook, they help their mother with the dishes and clean up the kitchen. I take pride and joy because I am teaching and putting them on the right track. They will ask me questions like, "Daddy, you like when I make you a sandwich?" Well, they call it cooking when they make me a sandwich, a peanut butter jelly sandwich, and they put time into it. One go gets the jelly and the ingredients, and the other one takes the spoon and puts it on the bread and everything. And as I watch them from outside the corner of the kitchen, my heart swells because they're doing whatever they can to please the man that they love. What's going on, Jay? And you see, that's something that gets overlooked because a daughter will go beyond just to see that father smile and say, "Good job, baby. Come sit on daddy's lap and let's break this sandwich in half and let's share it." See, I raise my daughters with expectations and I put those type of goals and expectations in them to read, to write, to get into positive stuff, to put their dreams into things that they can reach. There's nothing wrong with that, brothers. We gotta understand that y'all worried about a lot of these females, right? And I understand that, hey, these black women, y'all got y'all 2 cents about them. But what I'm saying right now is that if we tackle and we start teaching our young daughters how to properly gear and navigate themselves up to being young ladies to women, I promise you, the deterioration of this type of degenerate lifestyle that you see some of these women living, it will start to decrease. Because the standard of that young woman is going to go up because she's going to say, "My dad held me to a standard that I need to hold myself to a standard." You see, y'all can't tell me I'm making this shit up because when you look at the Asians and when you look at most of these other type of men that are in these and they're in the community that are in these young girls' lifestyle, they understand that their father doesn't play that kind of shit. You won't bring that bullshit into my household, young lady. She knows that. You see, let's use the example of Paris Hilton. As crazy and smutty as y'all said she was, the minute her grandfather and father said, "If you keep up this destructive behavior, I'm cutting your ass off." When that shit happened, she realized the lifestyle that she was living and the things that she had gone for herself will only be guaranteed by she following by the rule that her father and grandfather had set for her. Now she has one of the highest marketable um, perfumes. She's one of the top 10 highest paid DJs in the world. She has a lot of things going for her. You see, when you have a father that straightens out his daughter, a lot of you Pookies and Ray Rays can't really step to her. See, that's the big issue. That's why some of y'all guys, y'all may not even agree with this message because you know that if you ain't gonna go into no father's household to go step to his daughter with that man present. You see, it's one thing when you go to a household where it's run by just a woman and she has a bunch of daughters and kids. You ain't gonna okay, that's just her. But let you go in a household with that man in there. Where you going with my daughter? We're going to the game. Okay, I'll take y'all there. Oh, sir, I can drive. Well, I can drive us too. I'll drive us there. I'll get you. I can park your car here. I'll drive us there, and I'll get you right back in enough time that you can drive back home. I will do that. I will do that. And my kids will have no problem telling their friend, like, well, if you don't like it, then you can't ride with me. I see some kids who have their father in their lifestyle. They'll tell you straight up, like, listen, I'm not giving up what I got. Like when my kids' friends come over and my daughter's little friends come over, they're like, you got all this stuff? Yeah, my daddy gets it from me. And the little girl will hang her head down. My daddy don't get me anything. My daughters will talk to them and cheer them up. I teach them how to try to lift people up, not put them down. How to speak with respect. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Hold your head high. Be proud of who you are as a young lady. You see, that is things that us as men, we need to start implementing into our daughters. I understand that you may have some women who may say some stuff like, well, you don't need to be around your child. I get what you're saying, that we need to put our seeds in positions to win. But see, that would be your job as the father figure. Hang on, Javi. Let me send you to over here. I'll send you the link. Let me drop it for you, brother. Post you. Let me do you a solid. But a lot of them, there you go. A lot of y'all need to understand that a father that is worth a damn, he's going to go beyond his limits to make sure that his child should have. I can't speak for everyone. I'm not going to try to, but I'm just trying to tell you the difference between the man that is there. And yes, there are some kids that even with the father being there, they still tend to go their own path. And at the end of the day, as long as I do what I can as a man for my children, then I did my best. I don't sink my head low. I don't feel no type of shame, because I did the best of my abilities for my child. And I let them know that this is who I am as a man. How I set you up to be for success, that is up to you on how you take it, how you choose to go. You see, we got to understand, people, that at some point, if you had that father in your lifestyle, he's not going to tell you what you just want to hear, but what you should and need to hear. It's not fear, but life has never been truly fear. You being born was probably at the inconvenience of somebody else. I'm gonna say it like that, and I'll stick to that. We need to own up to knowing that dad wants to see the best out of his daughter, but only if his daughter wants to put forth her very best. I tell it to my daughters all the time. You want society to see you and accept you? Yeah. I said, well, baby, society's not going to always accept you. Why not? Because it's not their job to. It's for you to understand and accept that the situation is as it is. But what are you going to do in the midst of that situation to change it? When I told my daughters that, they said, well, we're going to do our very best, Daddy. I said, then the lesson was learned. We got to ask ourselves, why are we as men not stepping up and letting our daughters know that, hey, there is a better way. You didn't have to do or seek out what other people generalize and set for you. And we got to be for real. There is society right now, they're trying to generalize and set up for our daughters how they need to act, how they need to dance, how they need to carry on, how they need to talk and display themselves. Stop letting social media generalize how our daughters should be, because all it's doing is fucking them up. I know some of y'all ain't gonna like me saying it, but it's the truth. Look how social media got our daughters are now. Look how they're acting. I'll see fight compilation videos of our babies out there, but I have not seen not one father run out there and say, hey, not my daughter. Get your ass in this damn house. You don't see But I'm trying to be for real, especially for y'all. Y'all can't get mad at society if your ass ain't out there trying to steer your daughter into how she should be around society. Society does not dictate your child. You do. How you interact with them, how you teach them, how you rear them, how you raise them as a man, how they should be around other men and other women, that should be dictating your child. I'm just trying to let you brothers know. The streets have no pity for your child. This is why my heart broke a little bit when I saw that doggone girl out there boomed up and on drugs, and some guy like got her by the head like she's some damn dog. But see, I understand that there should have been a father in the midst in that girl's life. But we gotta be for real that it's not like that. But I tell you today, if any of you men, if you have a child, a little girl, clench her tight to your chest. Like I took my two babies, and when I will lay down, they lay down right beside me, right on my stomach. And I will listen to their breathing. They will listen to my heartbeat, And I will let them know I am here. I will be here. I will be here to love you, discipline you, teach you, and scold you. But I will always be here. And as I taught them, rear them, I would watch them develop. And though sometimes people may say some things like, man, Joe, don't you think you're a little bit too hard on them? No. Because the world is going to come at them at every different type of angle to try to take away the gifts that they have. And I want them to be ready. Be ready for this, brothers. Get your daughters ready. Get your nieces ready. Your sisters ready. Teach them. If the man who's supposed to teach them is not there, you teach them. This is Joe from BMT2 Unfiltered. I hope you did enjoy the short segment. We got some coming on later on tonight. I think y'all going to really enjoy it. But I just want y'all to understand that, hey, brothers, you as a father does not make you inadequate in society. It's what you do for that child that will make you an adequate person in society. All right, guys. This is Joe from BMT. Peace.